so glad to be going home. That was an incredible first day. I'm totally exhausted.
Yeah, they've kind of had their first day of school by now, just after that match, but we don't care about the school, we care about the football.
Something tells me I need to keep a closer eye on you. Maybe I'll become a manager. A manager? For the football club? That sounds great. Oh, indeed it does, mes amis. Wait, do I know you from somewhere? But of course you do! I'm in your class! Je suis Jean-Pierre Lapin! But you must call me JP. Pleased to meet you! I saw the match this morning! Oh la vache, it was incredible! You're only a first year, but you stood up to that insane team! Such courage! Hey, is it okay if I walk home with you guys? I'm crazy for football too! We'll have lots to talk about. Really? That sounds great. Come on, let's go. Hey, wait. Boys.
That's right, we've got another French accent in the game. As if Hugh from the reserves team wasn't enough. We now get to head home with Jonathan Pearce, JP, Jean-Pierre Lapin. I mean, well, do you say the same thing as before? Oh, no, wait, is it him? Sylvia's so beautiful. She shouldn't be living in such ramshackle flats like that. Now, I forgot to speak to him in part 1, but he genuinely says something along the lines of, boy, I don't rate my chances, but, you know, that kind of thing. He's definitely into Sylvia.
Hey, Spotter, you won't believe the day I've had.
I didn't even get a chance to join the team officially. Guess I'll have to do that tomorrow.
Oh, you have a dog? How sweet.
I don't speak French, forgive me.
Chouette. He's a sleepy little fellow, isn't he? Aren't you, boy?
I know how to speak dog. I just can't speak French.
Welcome back, Arion. I see you've brought a friend.
I don't know why she was in question marks, considering she already had lines of dialogue in the cutscene in the first episode.
Arion, your mother. She is very young.
Actually, JP, Sylvia isn't my mum. She's my auntie. She looks after all of us here at Windsor Manor. She makes it a great place to live.
Oh, but it looks like it could fall down at any moment. I mean, is this a little bit, rusty? Rustic? What is the word I'm looking for? Something with rust in it, perhaps? Well, if you ask me, it has a lot of character. Arion, I'm serving dinner pretty soon. JP, would you like to stay for some too? Really? Bonsoir! I'd love to! Right, I'll give you boys a shout when it's ready. Arion, maybe you should show JP your room. And don't forget to wash your hands.
Okay, we won't.
Your auntie is a wonderful lady, Arion. Trop belle. I'm very jealous you get to live under the same roof as her.
Really? Yeah, she's nice. She's got a boyfriend over in America. He's quite a famous football player, I think. Now, this is a very interesting line of dialogue because this is something that anime doesn't touch upon at all. That's exclusive to the game, but there we have pretty much indirect confirmation that Sylvia, having not managed to pull the Mark Evans that she was after, she actually is dating Eric Eagle from America. I mean, that's just open to interpretation. She might not be. She could be going out with Bobby Shearer for all we know. But I certainly think it's possible to presume from that yes, she's actually with Eric. This is my most prized possession.
This? But it just looks like a scruffy old football to me.
It is just a scruffy old football, but this scruffy old football saved my life.
Once, when I was little, I was playing down by the seashore on Okinawa. Spotter was just a puppy. He was playing in an old shack when he got caught between a couple of planks. While I was trying to free him, there was this really contrived scene where all of the wooden planks tried to fall on me, and it probably wouldn't have killed me, but it might have hospitalized me, and then some man in an orange hoodie smashed them to smithereens with this football, with flames. So did it really save your life? I wonder who the guy who kicked it was. Me too. My mum looked all over the place for him so she could say thanks, but he'd just vanished. I only caught a glimpse of him, but I'll never forget the look on his face. He was smiling right at me. Wow. Hey, what's this symbol on the ball?
Didn't you see it on your own school? It was there pretty prominently.
Ah, it's no wonder you wanted to come to Raimon then.
Indeed, because the point of that cutscene was to confirm Arion is actually not from the local area. He comes from Okinawa, which is ages away from Raimon, but he's moved here all on his own, living without his parents, with his Auntie Sylvia. Which is, I think that's pretty nice.
So, Raimon have a summoner now. Interesting.
Yes, Your Highness. It seems he was unaware of his abilities himself. I'll have Blade observe. Perhaps he will prove useful to us. Blade is an Imperial, so he's received our elite special training program. I'm confident that he's capable of fulfilling this mission. Good. Tell him to keep a close eye on emerging fighting spirit abilities at Raimon, and to expel anyone who dares defy 5th Sector. Yes, Your Highness. If it is the Holy Emperor's command, it will be done.
Classes are over. Time to go and join the football club officially. Wait a minute, Arion. After what happened yesterday, are you sure you still want to join?
What do you mean? Of course I'm sure.
Okay then. I'll be there at your trial session to cheer you on.
There are trials for the football club? That's the first I've heard of it. Maybe someone could tell me a little more about it. Well, alright then, so is that going to be a chat lock? It is indeed, so there's plenty of people in the surrounding area, and if you're not a fan of chat locks, then the idea is to find the person with the red text. That's the one you want to speak to advance, but in the event of a chat lock, I always do want to try and speak to everyone involved, because otherwise why would they make such a big deal out of having this feature in the first place? It may even be exclusive to this game, I can't quite remember if it's in the sequel or not. But yeah, so everyone we just spoke to has no idea what they mean about trials, but this chap does.
The trials to get in footy club are rock hard, you know. Only a few people make the cut. You can get yourself better grades if you're in the club, so loads of guys will try out for it.
And there we go. So that was the chat lock. We genuinely only needed to speak to him, and now we can just go somewhere else.
Hey, Arion! You're up to join the football club, don't? That's my plan too.
Really? Great. Here's hoping we both make it to the first team someday.
Of course we will. I'm stronger than I look, you know? By the way, we need to sign up for the trials at the stadium. Allez, on y va!
And he's just gonna follow us around, which is fine, I guess. It means more lines of dialogue in a French accent. When I gave Xavier a French accent in my previous Let's Play, it was pretty much the most hated accent of the entire series. But canonically, Hugh and JP both have French accents, so I do not have a choice.
Listen, we can't take this. It's just not worth playing anymore if this is how it's gonna be. So, sorry, but we're out.
They're leaving the club? Something's wrong here. I can sense it. Let's talk to them and see if we can find out what's going on.
Yeah, indeed. That guy that we just saw speaking was, I think, the goalkeeper on the second team. And this is their captain, Hugh.
The reserve team is done for.
He just gets a slightly deeper French accent, I guess.
I worked really hard for this club despite everything. That Victor guy's the last goal. I've had it.
Well, okay. Goodbye, Punky. We'll never see you again.
Your kid from yesterday, right? I guess that must have been a rude awakening finding out how worthless this football club really is.
Alright, leave it alone. It's not that bad. It's got a nice stadium.
Trust me, you should be giving up on joining the club. Nobody would blame you.
Somehow, Friedrich, I don't think you're an important enough character to make that kind of judgment for me.
My bruises from yesterday are still stinging pretty bad.
Well, Buzzier, you need to go to infinity and out of the game.
We're laughing stock at all school. The entire reserve team beaten up by some first year.
Yeah, that was a confirmation, by the way. Judging by his height and his evilness, you'd expect Victor Blade to be at least a second year. Hello, Bucky. But no, Victor Blade is actually a first year, just like Arion. It's quite different to the original trilogy of Inazuma 11 games, where everybody was mostly a second year and only a couple of people like Jack and Todd were first years. Now you're mainly getting into the heads of the first years, and then Sam here is one of the only third years in the entire game. This is crazy. Everyone's quitting all at once. All we're going to have left is the first team, plus Hugh and Shun from the reserves.
Face it, the club's kaput. Should just cut our losses now.
Wait, no, you shouldn't. Don't you realise how incredible it is to play for Raimon? I've always dreamt of joining you guys. There's nothing scary about football. Football's fun. If we give up now, we'll make football sad.
Make football sad? Football's not a person, you divvy.
Well, to me, football's alive. And when you believe football's fun, it makes football happy. Oh, Arion, why?
Hey, Titch, you know nothing. Be quiet while the big boys are talking.
Right. Give it a rest, it's fine. If you want to quit, I won't stop you. I'll go and break the news to Rick and Coach Travis.
I'm really sorry, boys. You must be here for the trials, but we can't go ahead with them unless the captain's here. Sam, Doug, Subaru, I think you should help these boys find Ricardo. They want to try out for the team after all.
Okay, Mrs. Hills, Miss Hills, come on you two. Time for a bit of fresh air. Alright, well, fair enough. We've got our third person following us, and our fourth person following us, and a fifth person following us who's literally called Subaru Honda. Do you get the joke? It's car pun. You can't even call it a pun. It's just the two different car manufacturers rolled into one name. I wonder where he could be.
Hey guys, sorry to bother you. Have you seen Captain Ricardo by any chance?
What? If it isn't the football club. Perhaps I do know where he is. I suppose I could tell you.
Great. So where is he then?
Not yet. First, we must challenge you to a duel. Good sirs, prepare for battle.
We've already had an example of five-a-side football, but I guess they wanted to give you another one. Because, to be fair, there is a bit of a problem with the Inazuma Kids FC example match, because it kind of just throws you in at the deep end, and literally the only person who you know is definitely on your team is Arion. The people behind me, they were on my team, but I had no idea. They could have been... it could have been a 1 versus 9 match for all I knew. So this time at least we get an example with people who we definitely know are on our team. And Dodge has a special shot in the form of Sonic Shot, which is useful for scoring. It's actually very hard to score in that example match if you don't use Sonic Shot.
I'm surprised you actually have some skills. You just look like a bunch of pipsqueaks to us.
You see how this guy's name is Poin? His surname is genuinely Dexter, making his legal name Poindexter. I'm not kidding. Anyway, they didn't tell us where Ricardo was, so we need to go and find him manually by looking around the area. And seeing as there's a restore point in shot, they're going to tell us how it works, and also the fact that it still costs money to use. Only 6 prestige points at the moment, but it does gradually increase in price as the game advances, which is just a bit of an inconvenience. You'd think by now that the heal points had changed. You can actually free roam Raimon as much as you like for now. We can have a look at the school shop, but they don't sell anything particularly good. You can invest in some equipment, but there's so much equipment in treasure chests around the world that it's honestly not worthwhile to actually buy the stuff.
I do hope the Virtuoso's alright. Hey, Rosie, if you're so worried about him, why don't you just go to the nurse's office and see how he is? What? While he's just lying there asleep? I couldn't possibly. I mean, I already
photographed his corpse after he collapsed in battle with the Order of the Black Templars. By the way, about the Order of the Black Templars, yeah, this amazing team that beat the Raimon 11 11-1, you are never going to see them ever again. Apart from Victor, obviously. But the rest, no, bye. There he is. Let's see how he's doing. And we're really going to have to fade to black just to say talk to Ricardo. Oh, it's because it's a chat lock, so they actually needed to load those icons. I guess that's fair enough. But they're talking about him unleashing his fighting spirit and how it kind of transformed his personality somewhat.
Sam, I'd like to apologize to you for making you worry, and to the rest of you as well. Mea culpa.
I still do not speak Italian, says TaleOfTheToaster. We've got some bad news, Rick. A lot of the players and all of the managers have decided to leave the club.
What?
Everyone in the first team's still here, but the only players we have left on the reserve team are Shun and Hugh.
I'm truly sorry. This is my fault. I have failed in my duty as captain. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Things have been rough for a while now, but there's nothing any of us can do about that.
I guess we'll just have to see who turns up for the trials. I heard there were 40 hopefuls, but with everything that's happened...
Well, we definitely have 2 at least.
That's right, I still want to try out for the club.
Moi aussi.
I should have just skipped that altogether. I don't know how to say that.
It hardly seems worth it. What? Of course it is. Very well. Let's get the preparations started.
We're doing it, JP. We're actually going to try out for the club. The trials are always held on the old pitch at the front of the school. We'll go with you. Yeah, I think that's something I haven't really pointed out, but yes, there's actually 2 football pitches at this school. And that makes sense because this is a world where football is pretty much all that matters in terms of education. It's just taken prevalence after Inazuma National changed the world with their success. But we're not playing the football on the pitch inside of the stadium. We're doing the one that's always been there as part of the, the original trilogy. It's had a makeover, they've spruced it up, but it's still the same pitch at the end of the day.
These are all the hopefuls we have. That incident with the Black Templars has certainly had an effect on our school.
Listen up. The trial is as follows. You're going to take on these 5 players in a 15-minute match. I'll accept the best players, regardless of which team wins. I want each of you to play your absolute best.
Yes, coach!